let's do a running test with this camera. Which one is most stabilized, do you think? Hi everyone, Richard here. Look what I have. This is the AKASO Brave 7, the new action cam from AKASO. So this is a new version which has the dual screen. The previous version is the AKASO 7LE, which is also dual screen. And this is a newer model. So what we have here in this version is dual screen with IPX8 waterproof. This one is fully waterproof, like the other action cams from the mainstream brands. So we look at the box, a simple vertical box and design. So what we have here in this box is, you can see here, the controls that we have has voice control, wide view angle, diving mode, sorry, it's not driving mode, I saw wrongly. It's diving mode, which means you can go into water with this, and it's got EIS 2.0. Support for external mic. This is interesting. I will try to test it out. And multiple shooting modes, wireless remote control, and slow motion. What is in the wireless? So there's supposed to be a wireless remote control in the box. We'll try to open it up and have a look. And it can go up to 10 meters, which is 33 feet. And what's in the box? It says here, this is the camera, this is the frame. It's got a nice frame, and then a remote control, battery charger. It looks like a dual slot battery charger, and 2 batteries, right? And mounts, helmet mounts, and lens cloth, handlebar mount for your bicycle or motorbike, a strap, zip tie, USB cable, adhesive pads, and quick start. So let's open this up and have a look how it looks like. Okay, my bad. It's got a nice tear off here. So this is how it looks like in the box. Let's open this up and see what's inside. And oh, it's fully packed. And this is a guide, strap, lots of stuff here, 2 batteries, and many mounts. Okay, you never run out of mounts with AKASO, right? And they even give you cloth and more straps. And this is what I'm interested in. A remote with a screen. Come on, seriously, we're giving you a remote with a screen. This is great. I can't wait to try that out. And this is the charging dock, and it gives you a 2 battery charging dock and a Type-C cable. Okay, let's move this all aside. Okay, it's interesting. It comes with a nice case, which we should remove this out. Not sure what's that. Let's open this up. Getting started. Peel off and put in the micro SD card. Look at the design first before we look at how it is. Oops. It's very tight casing. Okay, so I figured this out. It's not just mounting. I think this is for the microphone or the speaker. So they just added grills there. We'll look into that. So that's the design, and let's peel this off. There's a 2-inch screen there. Peel all this off. With the front screen, looks very large, the camera. So, okay, before we look at that, I would think volume up and down. There's the microphone there, and that's also a microphone here. Power on and recording, I suppose. So what's here? Interestingly, let's have a look at this. Okay, it's type C, and the micro SD is there, and you can see it's waterproof. There's rubber gasket here, right? So you can see the rubber gasket there. Interesting. Looks like some design I've seen before. I think you've seen this design before. And this is the battery. How does the battery work? Okay, you have to pull it back and slide it out. Okay, so I scratch it. So there's the battery. There's nothing else inside there. Looks pretty small. So let's look at the design. The camera looks big, huge compared to the AKASO Brave 7 LE, and the casing is slightly bigger and thicker, I think. So, oh, it's about the same, right? It's actually thicker on the Brave 7 LE. Let's look at that. Right, and structurally it looks the same as 7 LE. Yeah, the volume is here, whereas 7 LE doesn't have any navigation button up and down. Just have menu, and 7 LE mic is on top, and this one mic is on top, same. So similar to that. And what's interesting is, why is this so big? Can I turn it? Okay, apparently I can. So this is actually a thread. You can open this up. You can see. Okay, you can change this if you break this, and you can open it up and access to the inside. So it looks interesting. You can have an option to change or the cover if you break it. So the lens is protected, and there's rubber gasket there, so it should be quite safe. Yeah, I have to tighten it because I'm going to test it in the water, right? Okay, so I will put in the battery and see how it looks like in the software side. So we have a battery, 3.7 volts, 1350 milliamp hour, and it's supposed to be 4.995 work hour. So it's kind of small. So it's a 1350 capacity. We put this in, and it's a bit tight. I hope I have the correct side. So it goes in this way and locks in. Okay, question is this the same battery as this one? Okay, looks like the same battery. Yep, 1350. So it's the same battery. So if you have a 7 LE, you can probably use that as well. But this feels more sturdy. And let's look at that. Let's power it on and see how it looks like. Okay, space sound. No SD card. Okay, I'm not interested in that yet. Let's look at all the settings. Okay, this is, so we have metering. Oh, interesting, this interface. Look at that. So we have center metering, and we have spot metering and average. So what setting we have here is 4K 30, 2.7K 30, and 1080p at 60, and 1080p at 30, and 720p at 120 frames per second, and 720p at 60, 720p at 30. I'm not sure why they even bother to give 720. Nobody's gonna shoot at 720p anymore. So you can see the stabilization. You can see the stabilization turns off when you use certain settings that does not support stabilization. at that kind of frame rate. So you can probably turn that on. I'm not sure. Yeah, see, stabilization is on, stabilization off. You can see the frame being cropped in once you turn on stabilization, right? So that's it for the resolution for video. And you can see resolution, image stabilization, encoding. You can do H.265, loop recording, slow motion, 1080p 90, and then time-lapse interval, right? Still photo. So you can have still photo at 4K 30 frames per second. We'll try that out. Still photo seconds. Audio record, you can turn it off. I think you can turn it on. And exposure value, very responsive, not bad. Feels better than the 7LE, which is slower. And there's the metering and scene. So you can have riding, snow view, night scene. So there's some scenes there, and filters. Wow, not bad. They even have filters. So if you go into the water, you can turn on the red filter. I think it will help there. So that's it for the setting there. Nothing much else here. Okay, voice control. I have to learn up the setting for voice control, right? So sounds, all the sounds are on. Now you have distortion calibration. Interesting. So I'm not sure if it affects the stabilization. I'll test it out. And you have angles, so you can have 170 degrees, 140, 110, and 70 degrees. So you can set your angles in this. And you have driving mode, remote control. That's interesting. Wind noise reduction is off. Yeah, let's go there. And auto low light, ISO, wide. Okay, this thing has wide dynamic range. Okay, we have to try this out. This is probably interesting there. Date time format. Okay, date format. I prefer date, month, year. And timestamp, date stamp. Nope, we're going to turn it off. Screensaver, auto power off. Power frequency, we're doing 50 Hertz here. And SD capacity. Wow, okay. I can check about that. So we're on firmware. 2021-0122 version 1. This is the firmware. So we may have to update that before we do some shooting. This is interesting. Looks, I'll put in the SD card and have a go with this. And we'll do some video on this and see how it looks like. Right, before that, let me try to figure out how to get this to switch over. Okay, Wi-Fi, that's the Wi-Fi. I'll turn it off again. And what does that go? Ah, yeah, okay. That's how I turn back the screen here, see. Front screen. Great, see. Front screen, so you need to hold the side button, the bottom button, down, and you hold it, and then it switches to the back again. So this button, you hold it, it will switch the camera to the front. Right, so we'll test this out. So the more settings here: video, slow motion, time lapse, still photo, driving mode, Wi-Fi, and in your photo settings, you have photo, self timer, burst mode, time lapse, long exposure, and Wi-Fi. So this is a 20 megapixel camera that we have here. So you can see as well, and I will look at this. How does this looks like? So seems that it's being charged by a micro USB. Okay, this is rather interesting. They gave a type C cable, and if I'm not mistaken, okay, it's DC in. Okay, you can power this at micro USB. I'm not sure how you gonna charge it. It should be type C. Can I use this now? I can't use this. There's no way to change the battery. So you can power it on if there's charging there. So now we have type C for the main body and micro USB charging for here. So let's do a recording. So the remote works, it just record and you'll go recording and you can just stop it. At the same time, you can switch it to camera, I think. Yep, now it's in photo mode and you can snap a photo. So this will be handy. The only problem is it charges with micro USB. Okay, that's the funny part, right? So there you have it, a quick look at the AKASO Brave 7, the new model, which is waterproof, right? So you can go into the water with this without any casing. So we test out the video and we'll show you the results. And I'm walking through the park and you can see there's the lake here. So this is how it looks like going through the park and people fishing around here. So you can see between the shaded area and the bright sunlight, how does it look on your face and how does the visual look like. So we're walking through the park, and how is the stabilization? Have a stabilization turned on, and now you can see the visual from the stabilization. And let's do a running test with this camera. And looks like okay. This is closed off, and we shall go to elsewhere and see. And this is how the stabilization is. I'll turn on to the front side. You can see how it looks like in front. So if you do like the video, do give me a thumbs up, follow me on my next video, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, bye. See you.